The app, formerly known as Twitter, has quickly become the #1 place for sharing thoughts and beliefs in the so-called marketplace of ideas. No King's protest makes me want 100 times more deportations. At least, according to Elon Musk. To everyone else, it has become a right-wing echo chamber overflowing with some of the worst takes you've ever seen. And after spending hundreds of hours in this bleak digital town square, I realized that most of the content on here comes from Republican voters, roughly 60% of whom are considered working-class Americans. So I had an idea. What would happen if I disguised myself, infiltrated the other side, and used their real American language to slowly trick them into discovering that they've been siding with the wrong people all along? What if I could gaslight Republicans into developing class consciousness? Blue-haired libs make more money than us. People underestimate the power of the white South.
So sick of the lies and the manipulation.
Maybe helping Israel attack Iran might be bad for us.
Stupid, meaningless life is pathetic. Hey, it's been a minute, and today I'm going to try to turn right-wing Twitter into Eat the Rich comrades. Well, if we're going to do this right, we're going to need a good disguise. To successfully sneak into Republican Twitter, I can't have any of them seeing through the thin veneer of my conservative mask. So I went to my closest Tractor Supply Co., not sponsored, and picked up some tactical equipment. Ty Braxton. Date of birth, obviously, January 6th. All right, profile picture. That looks really good. What do I want to see on X? We'll look at comedy. I'm a funny guy. I think things are funny. Health and fitness. Not really. Travel. If you mean traveling down the road in a truck, then I guess travel. Why the hell would I want to follow the Pope? Elon Musk. Who's this guy? Science girl. No. Barack Obama. Hell no. Barstool Sports. Yeah. One thing I've noticed with a lot of right-wingers' Twitter accounts is they have a lot of like AI imagery in it. That's kind of like a fun thing for them to do since they can't create art on their own, I guess. So I have some AI generated images that we're going to use for the cover photo. We have Trump hugging a bald eagle behind a black Ford F-150. America first. Fisher, hunter, trucker, futurist. Proud Tesla owner, but Ford driver. Location, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, I thought Ty Braxton's profile was looking great. Surely, this was good enough to fool even the brightest of the MAGA coalition. This looks perfect. I don't think there's anything... Oh, Donald Trump Jr. Yes, please. So with our new profile set up, it was now time to start tweeting. Let's see if anything interesting is happening on Twitter today. Oh, what is this? In 1992, Trump partied with Jeffrey Epstein. Just gonna leave this here. You mean to tell me that Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein? Huh. Seems to be some fighting going on between Elon and Mr. Trump. Now remember, for the first few days of our online journey, we need to blend in. Okay, so now the goal is to just respond as much as possible. Who cares about crop rotations and a lima bean's gender? The deficit must be replaced by something better. Ty is going to be taking Elon's side in all of this. The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Are you kidding me? That would not be good for the economy. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason he's not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. No way. Thanks for sharing the truth. I'm gonna have to seriously think on this one. And by think, I mean trying to find someone else's opinion to latch on to. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Who the hell is that? There's no way this picture's real. They can't both be friends with Epstein. There's just no way. Who would I have to believe in? Grok, is this photo real or Photoshop? Having done something like this before, I knew the goal was to first earn trust with the Republicans. We have to gain a dedicated patriotic following, and then slowly, over the next 10 days, we would work our way towards full class realization. But before we get into that, have you ever tried Googling yourself before? Like actually type your full name into Google and hit search. Benaminute. What the hell? Chances are your phone number, address, maybe even your relative's info is just sitting out there on dozens of random websites. This is all thanks to the work of data brokers, companies that gather your personal information, build detailed profiles on you, and then sell them to advertisers, marketers, and sometimes scammers. This is how your data leaks turn into spam calls, identity theft, and a complete loss of control over your privacy. That's why I use today's sponsor, Incogni. If for some reason this is your first time on YouTube and you don't know what Incogni is, it's a privacy tool that contacts data brokers on your behalf and forces them to delete your personal data automatically. They handle all the legal back and forth. You just click and it's gone. And with their new custom removals feature, you can submit links from any site you find exposing your info, even ones outside of their automated network. Their team manually investigates and removes your data wherever it's legally possible. But Incogni doesn't just do this once. They check back regularly, and if your data shows up again, they take it down again. That's why I personally use their annual plan, and it has been a life changer. I rarely ever get random spam calls or emails at all now, and those small changes have made a big difference. It's now just one less thing to worry about. And right now, I'm happy to say that you can get 60% off their annual plan by going to the link in the description or by using code Benaminute when signing up. That is incogni.com/Benaminute in all caps. If you're tired of being tracked, spammed, and exposed, it's time to fight back and give you one less thing to worry about. And thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Alright, back to it. Now, Ty was having the time of his life, getting to interact with one of his favorite altruistic billionaires.
Congratulations, Tesla Giga Berlin team. This might be the best thing to happen to Berlin since the fall of Gorbachev's wall.
Thanks, Berlin, for choosing the right path.
Berlin has always chosen the right path.
Let's see how many followers I have. 1. But then it hit me, and I realized that I was missing something pretty important. How is Ty supposed to form a right-wing coalition on Twitter all by himself? If there was one thing that Ty had yet to learn, it was that one has no power, but working together, we are strong. Plus, there was another shirt at Tractor Supply that I could not resist buying, so... Name, we're gonna go with Timber Slocum. Birth date, September 11. All right, profile picture. That looks really good. All right, we need to put our cover photo up. Maybe I'll just put this as my cover photo. Timber Slocum, Trump 2028, American flags. No woke, no aliens, no BS. Straight shooting father of 2, stout American and follower of Christ. Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump Jr., UN, hell no. And there we had it. Ty Braxton and Timber Slocum, 2 industry plants ready to take on Republican Twitter. No matter how tough the road ahead of them might be, they knew that the only thing they had to lose were their chains.
In light of the president's statement about canceling of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately.
Shut up, you weird freak. No more tax dollars to fund your gay little car and dragon projects.
Huh. Looks like Timber might not share the same feelings as Ty when it comes to Elon.
Stop fighting! You both are better than this.
Trump will win and win and win. He is addicted to winning. Elon is addicted to ketamine.
And I saw this as a perfect opportunity to find out which side of this alpha male feud would drive more engagement and followers to a newly made Twitter profile. Would it be Ty, the Musk lover? Hopefully all your Tesla outlets stop getting vandalized.
Seriously, that was probably the darkest events I've ever seen in this country.
Or Timber, the Trump guy.
The only lie here is that you cared about Trump in this country. Your betrayal to us will never be forgotten. Hashtag never forget 2025.
Congress is 100% to blame. And the House. Don't forget those losers. Oh my God.
Yeah, and the Senate. Shut up, libard.
Ooh, we got a constitutionalist here. Wow, his background is kind of similar to mine.
If I live near a large community of Muslims in the United States of America, is it wrong to assume that at least some small few of them are sympathetic towards Islamic terrorism?
See, I feel like I'm not even going right enough. Like, how is this not a parody? Breaking. Musk says Trump would have lost 2024 election without him.
People underestimate the power of a white South African. Let's go, Elon. South African flag.
It was time to check back in and see how things were going. John Fetterman spotted dining with Steve Bannon at MAGA Hotspot in D.C. on wedding anniversary. God, I hate John Fetterman so much.
Do we really want a bald-hooded freak helping out MAGA? I don't think so.
It is so easy to just get likes on here. Everyone is welcome. Them, more the merrier. I can't even understand what these people are trying to say. I don't think I've read a complete sentence in like 15 minutes. Ron DeSantis is the best governor in the United States, bar none.
If I wasn't straight, I might even kiss him.
We need another David who believes in God the Almighty for the win.
We need another Pontius Pilate, too, because all these planes keep crashing.
Hey lefties, from your Google God, what is the difference between a protest and a riot?
Be more like Jan Sixers, not L.A. Waymo burning communist anarchists.
He shouldn't know how to spell anarchists.
Anarchists. Caroline Levitt is the bomb. Can't believe she is only 27 and looks like she's 37. Incredible.
Okay, I think we'll pause there with Timber Slocum and then head on over to Ty Braxton. Hopefully we can get some more followers with Ty. The One Big Beautiful Bill will allow Americans to use their pre-tax health savings account money for their gym memberships or concierge doctor services, things that improve their health.
Now this is what healthcare looks like. Who needs medication when you have a bench press? ICE is not Nazis. Nazis were militarized and took away Jewish people and gypsies out of Germany, not Mexicans and Latinos. Know your history.
And disabled and or mentally challenged and experimented on them.
Exactly. ICE is not doing that right now at all.
And by the end of day 2, Ty had 17 followers and Timber had 27. Now the Elon and Trump infighting may have been over, well there was something else brewing overseas. And little did I know how much right-wing Twitter would split in the coming days around this issue.
Netanyahu only cares about being the center of attention. He better not drag the U.S. into this forever war with Iran.
Oh, looks like they retaliated and fired missiles at Tel Aviv.
This is what happens when you play with fire.
Oh, see, here you go. The anti-Israel sentiment.
Israel is not our problem. Iran is not our problem. We have a war at home to fight. Foreign terrorists and domestic terrorists are in our own home. They must be crushed.
They actually hate Israel.
Agreed. Who cares about the Middle East? Last time I checked, America was located in the USA, not the Red Sea.
We should help Israel. Disagree with you on that.
Then why don't you go ahead and enlist? Out of chaos comes order. That's what my mom always told me.
Your cranial structure resembles that of a gorilla.
And your cranial structure is hollow.
Gunther Eagleman said, "No more wars."
I'm tired of the bloodshed and violence. We want peace. Trump is the peace.
Pray for Israel.
Pray for Trump.
Like this if you think we should send Lindsey Graham to the front lines.
Lindsey Graham is ready for combat, I guess. Have fun in the trenches of Tel Aviv, you closeted rhino.
All right, getting some followers. Hell yeah. All right, so Ty is pro-Israel. He's one of those far-right MAGA supporters. So he's on the other side of the coalition. Pray for America and Israel. Charlie Kirk said, should the U.S. get involved in Israel's war against Iran? Absolutely not. We have enough issues domestically. I said, no. We have to support our allies. It's the American way. That got 3 likes. And then Bob said, the American way is to have no foreign relations.
The American way is to spread influence across the entire world until everyone is the same as us. It's called Manifest Destiny. Read a book, Bob.
President Trump thanks First Lady Melania on her work to get the Take It Down Act bill passed.
Melania is so cool. I hope ICE doesn't get her because she's a good one.
And after a total of 101 tweets from both patriots, day 3 ended with Ty at 62 followers and Timber with 72. It seems like Timber Slocum, who hates Elon and is anti-Israel, is gaining more traction right now than Ty Braxton, who is pro-Israel and pro-Elon. So it's kind of fun. So over the weekend, we had a couple things happen. On Saturday, we had the No Kings protest, which was a worldwide protest against Donald Trump. And Timber Slocum and Ty Braxton both got pictures from the protests of just the most heinous, awful things that you can imagine. Like this one right here.
This is disgusting. Libs are out of control. They should be ashamed for the hate they're causing across the nation.
This is awful. Libs are pathetic.
My strategy with both accounts was to reply to as many tweets as possible as fast as possible. What did some of these tweets say?
Oh, Pete Hegseth is looking great on the beach. Perfect family. A basic skill you're shocked some adults still don't know. Smartness. Oh God, they're so easy to dupe.
Quantity over quality is the name of the game if you want to be influential on right-wing Twitter.
California Democrats unveil bill to ban masks for law enforcement. I'm sick of being nice. Democrats are the scum of the earth. What's next? A bill to make everyone gay? They have no legislative power over federal law enforcement, so they can still kick rocks. Yeah, police are above the law.
It didn't really matter what the tweet read, as long as it was something Republican coded with Ty and Timber's own unique personalities sprinkled on top.
Let's head on over to Timber Slocum, see what's going on. As long as Trump is pissing you off, I'm happy.
That's all that matters. The more they mad, the better Trump do.
We ended the day with Ty taking the lead, holding 98 followers, and Timber sitting at 94. Well, today is day 5, and something very important happened today. For the first time ever, I agreed with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Americans want cheap gas, groceries, bills, and housing. They want affordable insurance, safe communities, and good education for their children. They want a government that works on these issues. Considering Americans pay for the entire government and government salaries with their hard-earned tax dollars, this is where our focus should be, not going into another foreign war.
So this is kind of like the whole goal of this video. Marjorie Taylor Greene is already there. Obviously, before making this video, I didn't realize that the escalation of this conflict would get to this point, but it is extremely interesting to see how much the MAGA coalition is splitting right now. And Timber Slocum, for one, is on the side of peace.
I stand with President Trump. Fight, fight, fight.
The only thing Trump is fighting for is Israel. Hashtag America first.
While only replying under right-wing accounts was super fun and really enjoyable, I thought it was only fair to participate in some healthy discourse with some more left-leaning influencers as well. Hassan said, Americans always claim they like right-wing legislation until they experience it. Almost 20-point on swing on immigration without Dems leading the charge on counter-messaging. Now imagine if we had good leaders. And then you have a chart of the approval of Donald Trump's, policies and key issues. And they've all gone down since February.
They must have only polled Marxist libs because this does not seem accurate at all.
If liberals were actually Marxists, we'd be better off. The whole problem is that they are capitalists, just like the GOP.
You're telling me Schumer and Hakeem Jeffrey aren't raging communists? Leave your bubble, bro.
What communist policies have they done? Trans bathrooms? Ah, yes. How could I forget that very famous bill? My bad, bro.
Glad you got it.
Yeah, so Ty Braxton is really, Speed, accuracy, and violence. We have another one about Mamdani from Ultra MAGA Joyce Day. Second in the polls for the New York City Democrat primary for mayor is a Muslim. And do you think that New Yorkers are crazy enough to vote for a Muslim after 9/11?
Fair point, but their other option is a sweaty Italian. I'm not sure if New Yorkers have forgotten about Mussolini either. I don't like the thought of another 9/11.
Here I got into a fight with a right-winger who no longer supports Trump.
We must protect Israel.
Why? Just why?
Because America is about supporting others. That's what makes us great. Trump knows it.
Wrong.
He won. You lost. Get over it.
I lost? WTF are you talking about? I voted for the idiot. Idiot? It's crazy that they're all turning on Trump right now. Because we had reached the halfway point of our class consciousness journey and gained a few followers on both accounts, it was finally time to start doing a bit of gaslighting around a few key issues that Timber and Ty found very important. Kicking things off with healthcare. All right, you know what? I think it's time for some MAGA threads.
American healthcare is in shambles. Elon can fix it. Premiums, copays, and deductibles. What do all of these things have in common? I don't know what the they mean. Hell, Obama did the same thing with Obamacare. Just call it healthcare. Don't put your foreign sounding name in front of it if you want Americans to actually use it. No legals and no trains. Affordable healthcare is for all Americans. Thank you, Elon and Doge.
Nice. So we'll see how that one does. What? good points made here. Hashtag MAGA. Who is Mary Faith? Now we're going to see what Timber Slocum has to say about American healthcare.
Here's how Trump's big beautiful bill helps healthcare. Mainstream media is lying to you again. MSNBC, CNN, and all of these un-American media giants are trying to make Trump's big beautiful bill look like it's cutting Medicaid and Medicare. Read my lips. It's not. This is a lie. I went through the whole bill, and nowhere does it say anything about cutting spending. It is a spending bill, not a cutting bill. I'm so sick of the lies and the manipulation. Wake up, sheepos.
Oh, it's already got a response. I agree. My grandma relies on those checks too. Trump girl, no liberal crybabies, America first, MAGA, proud gun owner, Fairhope, Alabama. Neo-Marxism is destroying this nation. Who the hell is this?
You're gonna have to, you need to like look cute.
You keep saying that and I don't know what to do. You didn't think Timber and Ty could do this all on their own, did you? This guy's entire presidency is falling apart over his inability to tell Israel no. I'm gonna guess there will be no making America great. Mary Faith responded and said, I voted for peace. He's not living up to his promise. I'm not American, but this kind of makes me laugh. His campaign was paid for by Adelson and weapon manufacturers. What did you expect? Seriously, how could you have been so naive? There's a lot going on right now. Please don't be mean to me. With my little right-wing militia fully up and running and ever so slowly shifting their focus away from identity politics to class politics, I was feeling pretty good about the impact that I was having on this app. So I woke up this morning and realized that Brian Krasenstein, who's like a big politics guy on Twitter, he has like, almost 1 million followers, is following my account, Mary Faith. And Mary Faith only has 55 followers. So I don't know how he found me or why he's following me, but yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene went back to spewing nonsense that I absolutely can't stand. This is my Marjorie Taylor Greene impression. We must pass my Protect Children's Innocence Act to end barbaric genital mutilation surgeries on kids in all 50 states. But didn't you get bottom surgery at one point? Here we have a right-winger questioning her beliefs. I'm all for protecting kids, and I love the patriot spirit here, but I'm kind of confused. How do we define barbaric surgeries? And what about kids with legit medical needs? President Trump's approval rating has risen to 56% nationwide. That's surprising with everyone acting like they don't like him now. And to my surprise, Timber, Ty, and Mary Faith weren't the only right-wingers who were questioning their allegiance to the MAGA administration. We have this clip from an interview with Ted Cruz from the Tucker Carlson show.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
Maybe helping Israel attack Iran might be bad for us. I might be with Tucker Carlson on this one. Now, Timber Slocum on day 6 is kind of just starting to pretty much hate Trump at this point, and he feels very duped, along with half of Twitter right now. This morning, Trump put this huge flag in front of the White House or something. Who cares? Gunther said, God bless America.
That's awesome, but can he lower the prices of groceries soon because they're really fucking high right now?
People like Timber. Timber Slocum. I will never have full closure in life until I own a fully automatic M4 rifle.
Get you one, brother. It's a game changer.
He's referring to my profile picture, which is sick. The other day when I posted this fun little tweet about how the big beautiful bill will actually help healthcare and expand Medicaid and Medicare, that was a joke. The point of this was to, the title of the video, Gaslight Republicans, right? And then today, when I hop on to Twitter, all of the Republican representatives supporting this one big beautiful bill are doing the same thing that I'm doing. Look at this. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill is not a tax break for the wealthy. It puts rural, hardworking Americans first. The One Big Beautiful Bill protects Medicaid for Americans who truly need it. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill delivers big tax cuts for our families, supports our farmers, invests in our small businesses, and grows U.S. manufacturing. The One Big Beautiful Bill delivers the largest tax cut for working and middle-class families in American history. This is a joke. I don't even have to be the one gaslighting them on here because all of their representatives and the entire party is doing that for me. Slowly but surely, all three of them were waking up to the truth. Some a bit faster than others.
Poor cops. They can never catch a break.
But I still wanted to know which account resonated with right-wingers the most at the end of the 10 days. Was it going to be Ty Braxton? Democrats don't want you to know this. You do realize that the 8 million people losing Medicaid and the 3 million losing SNAP benefits are not entitled to those benefits in the first place. It's called fraud. I hate Dems more than anyone, but my mom lost her Medicaid and SNAP, and TBH, she really needed it. Was it going to be Timber Slocum? Just in, PM Netanyahu says Israel does not need America's help to reach its goals in Iran.
Great, then let's stop sending them billions of dollars.
Or was it going to be Mary Faith Henley? A visual guide to Fordo, Iran's secretive nuclear site that only a U.S. bomb could destroy.
Iran doesn't have nukes. This is Bush's WMDs all over again. Stop with the propaganda, BBC.
Okay, wow, it is day 8. And, things are good. We got 455 followers with Timber Slocum. We got 399 followers with Ty Braxton. And we got 88 followers with Mary Faith. I don't really know what it is, but people just aren't really responding well to her.
I'm out here working hard every day, but when I gotta see the doc, it costs me more than my paycheck.
If I work 40 plus hours a week and still can't afford rent, but my boss drives a new truck every year, does that mean he's like stealing my work or something? Not only were we going a little Marxist on day 8, but we were also learning the power of unionizing.
Blue-haired libs make more money than us. My hometown of Chattanooga is becoming a liberal hellhole. Breweries, woke museums, and thrift stores for bisexuals. I hate these places and all of the granola purple-haired freaks who work there. And the worst part is they are snobby as hell and a bunch of entitled libs because they get paid more than I do at my Coca-Cola bottling job. Well, I was curious just how much they were getting paid, so I asked one of these nose-pierced losers, and guess what she or he or whatever the hell said? $35 an hour. Apparently, this libard was able to ask for a raise because all the employees at the bisex thrift store threatened to quit. Hashtag woke mind virus.
That's already got 1 retweet and 1 like. Nice. All right. So yeah, the plan now is to just keep tweeting more and more about the failures of the American dream and then see if people start latching onto it. Well, we bombed Iran. Well, today is day 10, our final day of gaslighting Republicans into developing class consciousness. I've been doing this for exactly 17 days. 10 of those days I was tweeting all day. And I cannot believe what has transpired just in the past 17 days. This might age poorly, but I believe that June, this past month, has been one of the most impactful, important months since at least May. Today we would see this whole thing come full circle, with Mary Faith, Ty, and Timber fully embracing their new visions of a brighter American future as they finally developed class consciousness.
You don't work for yourself anymore. You work for them. And that's no accident. It's a deliberate attack on independence, on masculinity, on the American dream. We rent everything. We own nothing. Once a man could work his land, build his shop, pass down his tools. Now, globalist elites and government overreach have made it nearly impossible. Do you believe the elites have stripped everyday patriots of their God-given right to own what they produce?
So this got about 7,000 views. It got 2 likes, 2 retweets. It had 75 people voting in it, and overwhelmingly, 78.7% of them said, yes, you should not separate the workers from the means of production. So yeah, there's some right-wing Marxists out there somewhere. And my God, I do not know what it was. I did not plan on this, but my timeline today was the worst I have ever seen it. Oh, breaking news. The Supreme Court says Trump can literally kill people. Who gives a shit? What the fuck? It was a 6-3 vote, so those who vote against it, are they basically just going against the law for their own interests or beliefs? Do you know how the Supreme Court works, you dumbass? Major win for the future of this country. Round them up and get them in. God. I'm so tired of being on this app. I'm so done with this. Keep mass deporting. I hate everybody on this platform. I hope all of you know, if you're watching this, Cody, Adam, the Undercurrent, Astronaut, the New Mexico Ranger, if any of you are watching this video right now, I want you to know that one day you're going to look back at your life and it's all going to be completely meaningless. And you're going to realize that you were on the wrong side of everything. Everything that you believed was a lie. Everything you went along with, everything you thought your entire life was wrong. Because you always chose hate over anything else. Because going after and attacking the most vulnerable people in our country just to make you feel a little bit better about your stupid, meaningless life is pathetic. You don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve to live in this country. Get the f*** out. Jesus Christ.
We call ourselves the party of patriots and freedom, but we become the party of sheep.
Blame the illegals. Fear the scary trans kid. Stop woke. It's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
While you've been crying over drag queens and Mexicans, your rent doubled.
Your town lost its factory.
And your kids' GoFundMe is their only shot at cancer treatment. You're being duped because they think you're dumb. They turned our government into a money laundering machine for Israel's dumbass wars and Raytheon's profits while calling you lazy for not being able to afford groceries.
If you're still buying this culture war bullshit, then you're a pathetic snowflake.
This system doesn't care about you. It never did. And until you realize that, your life won't get better. It'll get worse. You're being gaslit,
and you don't even know it. Wake up.
Well, after 17 days had passed, 10 of those consisting of tweeting throughout the entire day, I amassed a total of 944 followers and tweeted over 734 times. Adding together all of the posts that revolved around waking up to the class divide and criticizing the current administration, I received 157 likes and 28 retweets. And remember, all of my followers and all of the engagement were coming from right-wingers. So from only doing this for 10 days, I think it's safe to say that there is some appetite for latching on to the reality of class politics. And we saw this firsthand. I interacted with so many Republican voters who had lost their faith in Trump and regretted their vote. And this is just in the past few weeks. And if they hadn't completely turned on him yet, they were at least questioning some of his decisions. And before I started making this video, I was not expecting to see this Republican rejection of Trump that was happening on Twitter. Now, of course, it's not like everyone has changed their minds overnight, and your usual suspects of right-wing influence are sticking to their pro-Trump propaganda scripts. However, after spending over 60 hours on right-wing Twitter for the past month, I noticed some overarching themes that I think are worth taking a look at. No matter where you lean politically, the American two-party system will always foster this us versus them style of politics. However, I do believe that instead of right versus left, or US citizen versus undocumented migrants, or closeted homosexuals versus trans people, we can all one day get on board with the real war that is yet to be waged. The real us versus them. And to put it in the simplest terms possible, just so everybody can understand it, it's the hard-working patriots versus the elitist pricks. This idea of a proletarian revolution against the bourgeoisie has been defined as an inevitable ending to the blight that is capital. Oh my God! What are they doing? I'm sorry, I think my roommates are developing class consciousness in the garage again.
See them, the left and right, like pawn on the run. Like pawn, like pawn on the run. Well, everybody says that's just the way things go, but proud to feed the rich while the poor bear the load. The flag that he held high now feels like a disguise, 'cause like a broken pawn, he's done believing lies. He walks through the fields heading down to the Union, his boots caked in mud from the hot morning sun. He gave all his ears to a boss who deceived him and left him to ride like a pawn on the run. Like a pawn, like a pawn on the run. Come share a pint of truth and stir your weary pride. We'll talk about the dream and who that dream denied. We used to blame the elite illegals and trans athletes. Now we see the banker's feast was built on our defeat. He walks through the fields heading down to the Union, his boots caked in mud from the hot morning sun. He gave all his ears to a boss who deceived him, then left him to ride like a pawn on the run. Like a pawn, like a pawn on the run.
If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. It'd be cool if you left a like and a comment. You know how it goes. Also, go check out my Patreon. It's so sweet. People need to check it out. I upload content early on there. I also upload like thumbnail updates. You can see what the thumbnail of a video looks like a month before the video comes out, which is kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, go check it out. And also, you support my channel by supporting my Patreon. And I want to keep doing this because I like making videos for you guys. And that would really help out. So, yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for staying till the end. See ya.